Great to see everybody on here. Very, very excited for this upcoming Rumble Pony season. I know everybody on this call has expressed the same. So I want to start by introducing our new Binghamton Rumble Ponies manager, Reid Brignac. Reid comes to us from over 10 years of playing experience, parts of 9 of those in the major leagues. We're incredibly fortunate to have somebody with not only that amount of playing experience, but with such a passion for player development. Reid has the type of enthusiasm that feeds to all of the players. They build off his energy, and we saw that with him in Port St. Lucie last year. So we're really excited to have Reid with us. We know he's going to do a great job. And with that introduction, I'll let Reid say a few words.
All right, thanks, Kevin. I appreciate the kind words. Just very excited about this upcoming baseball season. Spring training's right around the corner. It's that time of year for me again. It's been a long time playing, and then now into my 3rd year as a manager on the player development side. I'm just extremely excited, like I am every year going to spring training. The opportunities and the outlook for this year is very high for me, as it is always, and just excited to get around the guys again. I miss the players. I miss the coaching staff. I miss the guys that we work with every single day, and just really looking forward to getting back to the field.
In the meantime, just want to bring Sandy into the fold here. Sandy, can you talk about the importance of civic leaders and the community support in not just making Binghamton a successful organization, but how it has a whole effect on the Mets being a successful organization?
Yes, thanks, Jacob. The player development system as a whole is critical to the vision that Steve Cohen has about sustained success in Queens at the major league level. But it goes beyond that to the entire organization. And Binghamton has been a part of the Mets for many years. We're very happy that the relationship is going to continue under new ownership. And it's important for us that our affiliates feel as if they are our partners. The relationship needs to be mutual. And so we are excited about putting a good team on the field, but at the same time, we want to be as supportive as we can to the Binghamton franchise in as many ways as we possibly can. And hopefully this is one step in that direction. I think we all felt it was important that the Binghamton community have access to not just the leadership at the Mets, but also those who will be feet on the ground in Binghamton. So very happy to be on this call. Very happy with our ongoing relationship with Binghamton. Looking forward to the future, and I think it's going to be an exciting season and make history as we go forward with the Binghamton franchise. AA franchise is critically important to player development. It is a jumping off point for many of the best prospects. I think you'll have some really good ones this season, and it should be an exciting year.
Thanks, Sandy. I see Jacob Russo has a question. Jacob, if you can also identify the media outlet you're with, and go ahead.
Sure. My name is Jacob Russo. I'm the sports director at WBNG, which is the CBS affiliate here in town. My question is for Reid, kind of going off of, just the talent level that we're going to see coming through Binghamton this year. What is exciting to you about being able to work with those athletes? You don't need to be specific necessarily about the athletes, but just the team as a whole. Kind of what are your expectations for that group, and how do you plan to lead them the first couple of months as you're getting into the season here?
Hey, Jacob, nice meeting you. It's a great question. We have a lot of talent throughout the whole organization. Like I said, I've been here for 3 years. I've started to see some guys that were 18, 19 years old a couple years ago, now getting into the ranks of moving up through the ranks, possibly getting to AA this year. As far as what to expect from the team is expect a good effort out of the guys every single night that we show up to play. It's one of my culture type of deals in the clubhouse is to make sure that we do our job every day. Get these guys to understand that it's just not out here to have fun. We want to do that too, but we have an obligation as professional athletes and things that we must do on a every single day basis. You're going to see guys go out, play hard, have fun, and hopefully create a good fan experience for our fans as well.
Thanks,
thank you.
Reid. Buck, to bring you in to the conversation, you were a minor league manager coming up in the Yankees organization. What are the qualities that make a good minor league manager, and how did that shape how you were and are as a major league manager?
Well, it's an honor to be here today. This is obviously, like Sandy said, an integral part of, our ability to have sustained success. And I know that's important to our owner, Steve Cohen, and obviously Billy and Sandy and everybody involved. It was, coming up in the Yankee organization, we had two jobs coming out of camp. That was to develop players and to win our league. Simple as that. Now that you can debate some of that at given points, but learning how to win, and more importantly, the culture that Reid's going to create there, to understand there's some responsibilities you have to your teammates and what have you. So I think everybody knows the word assume, and I want to break it down and say don't assume anything, but I won't, and Billy and I want to assume things of our players that come through our system. In a perfect world, we would be self-reliant and we would never have to trade or sign a free agent. We know that's a little wishful thinking, but we're always going to look from within. And I think the fans there in Binghamton should feel really good about being able to be with these players as they make their projection into the big leagues. But, the first things I do every day is check the minor league reports, and I have a lot of fun with it. And every once in a while, we'll get a full organizational sweep. That's a special day, and I'll make sure I mention it in the pregame where every club wins and hopefully wins the development game too, win or lose. But, I have a lot of connection with the minor league managers. We've all been there, and you lived through some of their things, but it was invaluable for me. I never was doing it with the idea of managing the big leagues. I was going to do that job as good as I could and see where it led. And we're lucky to have guys like Reid and Jerome and all the guys there that share that. So it's one less thing that I have to worry about.
Billy, to bring you into the conversation, and Kevin Howard as well, how do you evaluate success in the minor leagues on a day-to-day basis and overall throughout the course of the season?
Yeah, I'll start this one, and then Kevin can fill in where I've fill in my blind spots here. But in general, we'll try to lay out player plans for everybody that's in the organization. So specific to Binghamton, players that are looking to achieve or master certain areas of their game, whether that's in the batter's box with decision making, because every pitch you see, you have a decision, swing, no swing. So we want to really evaluate those decisions and try to take a more process oriented approach to how we evaluate the player. It's easy to look at a box score and see a 1 for 4 or an 0 for 4 or a 4 for 4, but there's context behind that. Who you were facing, the handedness of the person you were facing, the environment, the run differential in the game at that moment in time, the base state situation, all of these different elements. So we look for a little bit more context, and then we want to evaluate the process. So it might be, a first 2 pitches for a pitcher, making sure their first 2 of the first 3 pitches, 2 of those being strikes or inside the strike zone. We can't be beholden to if the call's missed or made or what have you. But what we can do is just understand the process. And if we evaluate that process, that's what we'll look for as success in the development process. Now, there comes a point throughout the season, we want to win those games because there is development, and there is learning that happens in those situations. So we hope to be able to create some kind of intensity, some kind of pressure. I believe that pressure is a privilege. And then as these players get closer and closer and closer to the big leagues, we want to make sure that a lot of those development objectives are satisfied. So that's kind of the high level view of it. And Kevin, I don't know if you have anything to add.
Yeah, and I feel the same way. The trick of it is trying to individualize each player. It's a lot of players. It takes a lot of time, but it's worth it. And if you can develop a process for each one of these players and things that they can get better at, that goes a long way over time, over the course of a season. Something that Reid has been great at is taking that time before the game, from when the players get there to execute that process and develop players. And then, like Billy said, there is a time where you put the process aside, you put the development aside, and you go out there and you try to win the game. In developing that skill, the skill to play to win, is just as much developmental as trying to get better at your swing and miss or trying to get better at your swing decisions. We want to develop winning players here, and we want to encourage our players that when that game starts, the one thing on their mind is to win that game.
I have a question for Reid. First of all, I'm Cam LaValle from News Channel 34, sports director here in Binghamton. Looking forward to working with you this season. Obviously not long removed from your playing career, jumped right into a managerial role. How exciting is it for you to see your post-playing career take off so quickly as you already reached Double-A?
Cam, very nice to meet you as well. Like I said earlier, I'm just excited. The love and the passion for the game is what keeps bringing me back every year. It's not only, now now I get to see guys I get better and better on a daily basis, and that's such a great sign from a coaching standpoint. There's just so much to learn in the game. You can never really stop learning in baseball, right? So I've learned so much over the last couple of years being on the other side of the fence, on the player development side. We just have so many good staff members that have been helpful along the way. You got to grind. You got to put your nose down. You got to work hard. You got to be there. You got to be present every day. As the manager, I'm the leader of the clubhouse, so I have to make sure that mentally I'm in the right spot every day, making sure that I'm building the relationships with my players and making them feel comfortable when they come to the clubhouse, so I can get the most out of them on a daily basis.